Hi everyone, it's Christina Wilcox here. If you're new, I post about Enneagram, personality, mental health, faith-related type of stuff on my Instagram. I also do custom illustrations, but I'm mostly known for the Enneagram, and today I am posting a long-awaited video, which I am nervous, but mostly excited for finally revealing to you guys my Enneagram type. Now, the reason this is kind of such a big deal is because I thought I was a completely different Enneagram type, and over the past 8 months, I've kind of realized that I have mistyped and I have become confident in and certain in what my true Enneagram type actually is. Basically, whenever I started posting about the Enneagram, I thought I was a type 4. I related to the type 4 a lot. I related to the creative nature of the 4, the emotionality, wanting to always search for the meaning of things. I definitely related to those traits, but it wasn't until actually my husband and I moved across the country and we were kind of separated from everything that was familiar to us that I realized that I'm not really motivated by the core desires or core fears of a type 4. And I basically realized that above all else, I fear being unsuccessful. I fear being not enough. I fear failure. I'm terrified of failure. And as we started to unpack all of those things, I realized that I resonated with the core desires and fears of a type 3 with a pretty strong wing 4. So yeah, it's been a crazy journey. It's taken a lot of deep self-reflection, and honestly, it made sense. Like, whenever you discover your Enneagram type, you're supposed to feel a little bit of pain because it's so accurate and it reveals a part of you that you would rather not see face to face. Type 3 did that for me. It was very difficult for me. I didn't even realize how much I suppress my emotion. I'm learning to actually be in tune with what I'm feeling. Yeah, that's a very long answer, but basically I'm a type 3 with a wing 4. And if you're in the process of figuring out if you've mistyped, I do have a few suggestions. Definitely take the time to dig deep, because if you're taking one Enneagram test and that's your number and you learn nothing else about it and you learn nothing else about the other types, you're doing it wrong in a sense. The Enneagram, it was originally a very sacred thing that a person can go through, and it was under mentorship, spiritual guidance, to truly skyrocket your self-growth in a way. And so don't be ashamed for taking the time and for being unsure. Another thing would be avoid talking about it with other people. Choose a very close group of friends to discuss it with. I know it sounds like oh my gosh, Christina, it's just the Enneagram. I think it goes deeper than just a personality system. I think that it gives you language to talk about things that are really hard about yourself. Even taking the Enneagram out of it and you're just walking through those core fears and desires, it can bring up a lot in people. And I think it's important to do that within a close circle, with a mentor, and take your time with it. So yeah, I am continually growing and continually learning, and I feel like I've been able to do that so much more and in such a healthier way since learning my actual Enneagram type. And so yeah, I hope all of that made sense. Alright, so before we get to the other questions that are a little bit more light and a little bit more fun, I actually want to talk about the sponsor of today's video. I can't believe I have a sponsor of this video, but I'm genuinely so excited to talk about it. If you guys know me, you do know that I don't frequently promote products, and if I do, it's because I'm genuinely interested in it. I never want to promote something that I think isn't worthy of your time, and I really think this is. So, the partner of today's video might actually surprise some of you guys, but it's a company that reached out to me called Peace River CBD. It is a CBD oil, and before you jump to any conclusions, I want to talk about my experience with CBD and how I kind of got into that whole realm and world. My dad, when I was a freshman in high school, was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and he got his thyroid removed, and has had cancer technically ever since. But around a year and a half ago, it started to get pretty severe again, and he found out that he had prostate cancer. And through that experience, he began taking different natural remedies and trying different things, as anyone does. And he started taking CBD and started seeing a really huge difference in his joint pain, in his anxiety, in his focus, in his mood. It really changed his life. And I am someone who struggles pretty heavily with anxiety and depression. I'm prone to it. It's in my family genetics. And so when he said that he had such an incredible experience with it, I wanted to give it a try. And I loved it, but it was so expensive, and I couldn't afford to buy some to bring home with me. And so when Peace River reached out to me and talked to me about the unreal, quality of their products for the price that they're offering it as, guys, I talked to them on the phone. They're genuinely dedicating their work and their life to providing a natural remedy for people that wouldn't usually be able to afford it. And I think that's so amazing. I've been taking their CBD for 2 weeks. I've seen and felt such a difference in my anxiety and in my joint pain. I also do get joint pain, hooray. But it has been making such a big difference. And so I just wanted to thank Peace River for allowing me to partner with them. And I'm going to put their website in the description below. If you try it, let me know. Yeah, I'm so excited, and thank you again, Peace River, for allowing me to participate in this campaign with you. I wanted to answer some more questions from you guys. A lot of them were so fun and so interesting, and I feel like I don't sit down and do this that frequently, and I love connecting with you guys so much. So this is actually a pretty cool question. What church do you go to? I'm moving to Denver in August. Noah and I are actually a part of a few different church communities, but the one that is closest to us that we, before quarantine, were physically attending services was Red Rocks Church. We go to the Littleton campus, so if you're ever there, if we're ever all there again and you see us, feel free to say hi. Yeah, that's where we go to church. We love it. We also do some work with Front Range in Castle Rock, Colorado, and they're really great. We love Ernest, Pastor Ernest out there. He's awesome. So yeah, that's where we go. So someone asked me if I was introverted or extroverted, and I'm gonna say I'm definitely introverted, but I'm a rather outgoing introvert. Whenever I first discovered I was an introvert and I shared that with my friends at the time, they were very, very surprised. Especially when I was younger, I was pretty outgoing in high school and middle school. I would say once I got to college, I kind of just chilled out a little bit and accepted my introvertedness. But I would say I'm probably more outgoing than some introverts that I know, but I'm definitely an introvert. I need my alone time. What types are your friends? So I've actually had friends of all types. I really like this question a lot. I feel like in different seasons of life, I've been closer to different types. Right now, my close circle of friends, I have one of each Enneagram type, which I think is actually pretty good. So I don't have I don't know, there isn't a specific type that I see over and over again in my life, if that makes sense. I actually had a 3 ask me, what are some steps a 3 can take to let go of the need to succeed at everything and give herself grace? I wish I could tell you a beautiful answer. It is something that I struggle with every single day, but I'm gonna give you some advice that my therapist actually gave me. Recently, funny enough, with this big project I'm doing, I've kind of been in and out of modes of just paralysis, of being so overwhelmed with fear that when I release this product, it won't be good enough. When I release this thing, that it'll fail. Not even that it'll fail, but that people will be disappointed, that I will have failed people, that I won't be seen as successful as I maybe want to be. And what she told me to kind of get over that fear of failure and fear of embarrassment is to strive to be mediocre, which sounds insane, but for a 3, it's super important. We're always focused on being top tier, being the best, and sometimes in life, like, we can really genuinely benefit from just aiming to be average and aiming to be mediocre. And that is a way we can give ourselves grace, is saying like, look, my performance on this particular thing I'm working on does not determine my worth. Therefore, I can strive to be mediocre at it in this moment, because I don't really care about it as much as I care about this. And I would rather be the best at things I care about rather than the best at everything. You know, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of a perspective that has been helping me a lot. Ooh, I like this. What is one book you think everyone should read? I think every single person should read Love Does by Bob Goff or Everybody Always by Bob Goff. Those books, I think those 2 books are the most important just in life. I think it's learning how to love people well is the most honorable thing we can do. Every single person I've talked to that has read either Love Does or Everybody Always, it changes their life. So yeah, that would be my choice. So the last question I'm gonna go through for this specific Q&A is, what inspired you to start this account? Did you think it would get this big? I have been using this account since like 2013. This is my first Instagram account. It's my personal Instagram account. Like, I didn't just decide to start it one day. I've been using it since like 8th grade. If you scroll down, you're going to be disappointed because I've archived many of the posts, but I started posting about the Enneagram February of 2019, so not long ago at all, just a little over a year. And I decided to start posting about the Enneagram because I was in a place in life where I felt very creatively stunted. I felt very misunderstood, and I had a lot of anxiety at the time as well, and creativity has always been the #1 way that I kind of like work through my anxiety. My dad is a painter, sculptor, illustrator, all of that, and so I've kind of learned to love creative things from him. And at the time, I would write songs or draw or whatever, but I was super into the Enneagram. All of my friends knew me as like the Enneagram girl of our community. People would message me with questions because I was so obsessed with learning about it. I just love communication. I love learning how other people communicate. I love seeing other people feel empowered and feel understood. Like, it's just my favorite thing. And so as I was in this place, I just started posting stuff for fun. I originally didn't do like original illustrations. I just kind of was doing some graphic design, and within 8 weeks, I went from 800 followers to 30,000, and within a year, I got over 100,000 followers. But yeah, it was the first time in my life where I was pursuing something that I was interested in, and not what I thought other people wanted me to be interested in, which was a huge milestone for me in my growth. And yeah, that's kind of what inspired me to start posting about the Enneagram, and now we're here, which is so crazy. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this little video. Thank you for spending time with me during your quarantine. Thank you so much for supporting me. You are loved, you are valued, you are cherished, and I hope you know that today and every single day. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. And yeah, I love you guys.